I shouldn't say this out loud. Not because it's embarrassing, but because it reacts. I didn't realize that at first. Most people don't. We talk to ourselves constantly, don't we? Whispering thoughts, rehearsing conversations, naming our fears so they feel smaller. That's how it gets you. The first time it happened, I was alone. Truly alone. No TV, no phone. Just me and a room that felt a little too quiet. I said it casually, barely a thought. I feel like someone's listening. The words hadn't even finished echoing before the room changed. Not visually, emotionally. Like the air had shifted its weight. The silence thickened, pressing inward. As if the room had leaned closer to hear me better. I laughed it off. Out loud. That was my mistake. Relax, I said. You're just tired. Something behind me inhaled. Not loudly, not aggressively, just politely. Like it was waiting its turn to speak. I froze. My body knew before my brain did. That instinctual understanding that something is wrong, not dangerous, just present. I didn't turn around. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. And still it stayed. After a long moment, the air loosened. The pressure lifted. I convinced myself it had been nothing. That's another mistake people make. That night, I dreamed of whispers, not voices. Instructions. When I woke up, my throat hurt. Like I'd been talking in my sleep. The next day, I tested it. Quietly. Carefully. Standing in my kitchen, I said another thought out loud. Something personal. Something I'd never shared. I don't like the silence anymore. The refrigerator shut off. Mid-hum, the lights dimmed. And somewhere close, something shifted its stance. That's when I realized it wasn't reacting to sound. It was reacting to confession. It didn't respond to music, or TV, or noise. Only two truths spoken aloud. That night, I stayed silent. I didn't speak. Didn't whisper. Didn't even mouth words. The pressure returned anyway. Heavier. Closer. You don't have to say it. Something murmured from nowhere. But you're thinking it. My blood ran cold. The voice wasn't in the room. It was in the pause between my thoughts. You make it easier when you speak, it continued. Words are doors. I covered my mouth. Shook my head. The pressure eased slightly. Disappointed. After that, it followed rules. Rules I learned too late. It moved closer when I lay still. It leaned in when I stopped speaking. And when I tried to pray, it listened hardest. One night, exhausted, half asleep, I whispered something by accident. Just a breath of a thought. I'm scared. The room exhaled. Satisfied. I felt something rest its weight against my back. Not crushing. Claiming. You shouldn't say things like that out loud, it said gently. Like advice. I don't talk to myself anymore. I don't whisper. I don't finish certain sentences. But sometimes, when I'm alone, I feel my thoughts slowing. Careful, filtered. Because I know no silence doesn't mean you're safe. It just means it's listening more closely. And if you're rehearing this, if you're re-repeating these words, if you re-saying this title out loud right now, then it knows you can hear it. And it's already closer than before.